Hey, hey, hey,
Yes.
everyone. Okay, so how are you doing today, Mani? How are you doing today?
Oh,
Oh,
today is a
today is a
beautiful day
beautiful
out
day
there.
out there.
Okay,
I got a
so
bit
I
of
got
an
a bit of an
echo, but that's
echo, but that's
okay.
okay.
yeah, we roll with it, like we said. Okay, so welcome to our
Exactly.
live. If you're familiar with my lives, with our lives, so our lives is about spirituality, about relationships with yourself and with others, and about all the emotional stuff, about the people pleasing, needing external validation, all the, all the not really sexy stuff the people not really talk about. But this is your safe place. So if you want to talk about something, you are very welcome as long as it's legal, right? So, okay, so feel free to ask questions in the chat, or if you're watching the replay, just ask question in the comment section and we'll be answering your questions. Okay, so feel free. Okay, so today's topic, Mani, today's topic is, are you feeling a lot of pain? Shadow work 101. Okay, shadow work, it's like a big word that a lot of people don't really understand, right? And it's really scary, right? Shadow. Oh my God, I am facing my
Uh-huh.
shadow. Okay, but shadow work, it's about exploring part of yourself that we may have pushed or judged or didn't want to really, face.
Deal with.
Deal with.
Hmm.
Yeah, to deal with. And and the goal is not really to fix yourself. The goal is actually to bring awareness into the situation, right? And understanding, because it's like switching the light of your awareness, right? Just like I said before, if you enter a dark room and you switch on the light, what happened to the darkness? Disappear, right? Yes, so if you're going to shed the light of your awareness or of those painful events or situations or feeling, this is the actual shadow work. So I'm doing this session because one of my clients asked to do a session about shadow work, and I think that this is so much needed. So what do you think about this topic, Mani?
So you
So
hear the
you
word
hear the
shadow
word
work
shadow
like a
work like a
buzzword,
buzzword,
Right?
and
and
the idea
the
of
idea
shadow
of
work
shadow
is
work
made to
is made to
seem very
seem very
scary,
scary,
Yeah, it's
and so
and
people
so people
avoid it.
avoid it.
mm-hmm, right.
So,
So,
hi, Lanny,
hi,
Benny,
Lanny,
Annie.
Benny, Annie.
Hi, Lenny, welcome. Yeah, so people want to avoid the shadow walk. So
Yeah,
what do you
because
Yeah,
they
think
because
think
they
about
I'm not
it?
think
going to
I'm
be
not
able
going to
to
be
do
able to do
this.
this.
Right, right. And you know what? I have like sometimes I have people telling me, you know what, Lemore, I'm going to tell you something that happened like maybe decades ago. And they started to tell like a really painful experience. And you know what? And they're telling me, you know what? I don't know even why I'm telling you that. And it's because we are trained to shove those experiences and negative emotions so down, like actually in our bodies, right? But when we start to maybe feel a little bit safer, we can start to talk about it. And by the way, this is your place. If you want to talk about painful experiences and stuff that you experience, so go ahead and do it. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
Lanny's saying
Lanny's
there's
saying there's
a
a
echo on my
echo on
end.
my end.
Yeah, okay. I really don't need it, but yeah, I don't need the
I have
echo.
no
I have
idea
no
how to
idea how
fix
to
it.
fix it.
So we have like Mercury retrograde, I think, in 2 weeks. So bear with us. Right? These are the planets. It's not us. I promise you. Okay, so what is shadow work actually? Shadow work is a lot of things that are unprocessed, right? Unprocessed emotions, unprocessed negative events, right? Something that we don't really want to talk about, right? 1 second. You need a yeah, yeah, Lenny. Okay, so a thing that we don't really want to talk about is that, so let's say we have like a painful event or experience, right? So I'm going to tell you it's not the experience itself that it's really painful. It's how we perceive the experience. It's the meaning that we chose to give to this experience, because everything is basically neutral, right? Let's say if someone, let's say, get fired, right? So one person can be really depressed about it and be down about it, and the other one, you know what? You just did me a huge favor. I want to start my own business and I wasn't enjoying this job anyway, so peace out, right? So the experience is basically neutral, and you choose what meaning you give it. And if you give it a negative meaning and you don't really want to deal with it, and you start to shove it like in your body and in the back of your mind, so that starts to be like part of your shadow, right? What do you think about it, Mani?
when you put
When
it
you
that
put it
way,
that
it
way,
makes
it
it
makes
really
it
easy to
really easy to
understand.
understand.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Definitely.
So think
So
about
think
it like
about it like
we're taught to
we're
take
taught to
these
take these
emotions,
emotions,
which is
which is
energy
energy
in
in
motion,
motion,
Mm-hmm.
passing through
passing
us
through
and
us
giving
and giving
us
us
feelings,
feelings,
right?
right?
Well, if
Well,
we
if
get
we
told
get
those
told those
feelings are
feelings
bad
are
or
bad or
negative,
negative,
Right.
that gives us
that
the
gives us
idea
the
that we're
idea
not
that we're
strong
not
enough to
strong
deal
enough
with
to deal
them.
with them.
So we
So
ignore
we
them
ignore
and we
them and
pat
we
them
pat
down.
them down.
It's like
It's like
stacking that
stacking that
Christmas
Christmas
tote or that
tote or that
holiday
holiday
tote,
tote,
Halloween,
Halloween,
whatever it is.
whatever it
Exactly.
You
is.
pack
You
all that
pack all
stuff
that
into a
stuff into
tote,
a
you put a
tote, you
lid
put a
on it,
lid
and you
on it,
shove
and you
it in the
shove it
bottom
in
of
the
the
bottom of
garage
the
and you
garage,
never
and you
touch
never
it.
touch it.
Exactly, exactly. And those things, there is a reason they call it shadow works, because it's follow you like a shadow, right? You don't want to deal with it, but what we really resist persists, right? When
Yes.
we try to run away from something, from negative emotions or negative experience, we actually carry it with us, right? It's a paradox, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Because why? Because your focus, it's all about, oh, I don't want to deal with it, I don't want to deal with it. But it doesn't matter when you said I don't want to deal with it. Your mind and your subconscious mind is, oh yeah, I do want, right? Because there's only yes, right, in the universe. So when you try to run away from something, it's like, have you ever Mani, have you ever like had an experience when you thought about something over and over and over and over again, it was negative, and then you experience it? Why? Because
Yes.
everything is, yes, a reflection of our thoughts, right? And our inner dialogue. So it's really simple. You can switch it and you can start practicing to focus on the thing that you do want to experience, right? You can do it from now on. But what about all the baggage you still have stored in your body and in your mind, right?
What in the?
What in the?
Okay, I don't know. Oh no,
No.
I think it's just a bot or something, or
Oh,
NPC.
Oh,
probably.
probably.
Yeah, I don't think
I'm
that
not
it's.
going to
I'm
worry
not going
about
to
it
worry
too
about it
much.
too much.
Yeah, it's just the
Thanks,
logo of
Thanks,
Mercury.
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 Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I don't know if maybe I don't know if the word that this whole topic about shadow work, it's nothing. I don't know, or whatever. Okay, we talk about painful experiences from now. Okay, we call it painful experiences. I don't know if YouTube maybe not allowed to use this word. I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe. Maybe. Okay, so painful experiences. So, Mani, what do you think from your experiences? Have you ever had like a painful experience that you didn't want to deal with, and it just,
Oh, I think
Oh,
we
I
all
think we
have.
all have.
yeah? Do you have like an
Yeah.
example for something?
Uh,
Uh,
oh my
oh my
gosh.
gosh.
Probably far too
Probably
many
far
to
too
bring
many
up,
to
and I
bring up,
can't
and I
think of
can't think of
anything at
anything
the
at the
moment.
moment.
But you do
But
know
you
when
do
you
know
get
when you get
triggered by
triggered by
something
something,
Yeah.
and you
and
have
you
to
have to
think,
think,
where is this
where is
coming
this
from?
coming from?
Why is
Why
this
is this
bugging?
bugging?
Exactly. Exactly. So, how can you identify things, painful experiences that you want to work on? Right? One of them is triggers. Where something triggers you, like over and over and over again, then you start to think about, oh, you know what, there's something here. A lot of the time we don't know there's something here, but you start to experience the same experience with different people. So why? And for one person, they can tell you, you know what? Why are you triggered? I'm not bothered at all. And you can be like extremely triggered, right? Because it touched or something that you didn't want to face, right? So these are actually, triggers are our sacred guides, and we don't want really to see it. But if something is triggering you over and over again, so there's something there that maybe you don't want to face or you don't want to acknowledge, right? And it doesn't mean you don't need to go and do, yeah, a lot of fixing or to fix yourself or whatever, or it seems that you think that you are broken, right? You just need to pay attention and to be aware, like we said, about it's like switching the light on those painful experiences, right, Manny?
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. And the
definitely.
thing
And
is
the
that
thing is
once you
that once
deal
you
with
deal
it
with it
effectively
effectively
and release
and
the
release
power
the
that it
power
has
that it
over
has
you,
over you,
you can let
you
it
can let
go.
it go.
You're not meant
You're
to
not
carry
meant
it
to
with
carry
you.
it with you.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? A lot of the time it's from programming when we were children. How many times have you heard? I'm going to talk about shame in a little bit, but how many times, like, have you heard, like, you're not allowed to cry? Why are you crying? It's not a good thing, right? So we are programmed to not let our emotions out, especially those painful experiences. And as we grow up and we experience a lot of shame, even when we are children, how many times have you heard you need to be ashamed of yourself, right?
Yeah,
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 We,
a
yeah,
lot.
a lot.
I
we
mean,
feel a lot of shame around those experiences, and when we grow up, we start thinking that something is wrong. For if we are experiencing those things, that something is wrong, right? So instead of like children, they let it all out, they express their emotions. So if we
and it's
experience
And
gone.
like,
it's gone.
yeah, like let's say, like if we experience like failures or something, right? So we uh, we uh, uh, we all of a sudden we can start feeling ashamed, even if this something that you are experiencing, it's not your fault at all. Let's say you were bullied when you were a child, but I was bullied when I was a child. Let's say I was
Mm.
bullied, okay? Let's say I was bullied, and actually I did. And let's say you grow up and you see those bullies right in front of you. After like 10, 20 years, you feel ashamed. But like, have you did, have you done something wrong? No. So why do you feel ashamed?
Because that was
Because
just
that was
something
just
you
something
did
you
not
did
deal
not
with at
deal
the
with at
time.
the time.
Right. Right. And you know what? And because when it's like when you have a monster under your bed and you don't want to see it, or, oh no, it doesn't. But in the back of your mind, you know that you have this monster, but all this monster, she doesn't really exist, right? She doesn't really exist, yeah. But when you look under your bed or you open the closet, you see there's nothing really there, right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
So what do you think, Marnie?
So I
So
think
I think
there's a
there's
great
a
deal
great
of
deal of
fear that's
fear
been
that's been
programmed into
programmed
us,
into us,
Mm-hmm.
and
and
preconceived
preconceived
notions
notions
that
that
contribute
contribute
to
to
us
us
having to do
having to
this
do
type
this
of
type
work
of work
to
to
Right.
ourselves when
ourselves
we
when we
become
become
really
really
self-aware.
self-aware.
Right.
And
And
we can be
we can be
ashamed that
ashamed
we
that we
have
have
things that we
things
need to
that we
work
need to
on
work on
because
because
everybody else
everybody
seems to
else
have
seems
their
to have
stuff
their stuff
together,
together.
Right.
right?
Right.
Except we know
Except
they
we know
don't,
they don't,
unless they've done
unless
the
they've done
work.
the work.
Right. Okay, so so I don't want to say this word. I don't know what YouTube doesn't like this word maybe. So let's say painful experiences. When you have a lot of painful experiences, there's like a one-on-one guide that you can start to do, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So the first thing, your emotions are really indicators. Your emotions are like a roadmap. they're telling you where you're at, right? Like here, where you're,
It's
and
a
that's
it's a
it's a
gauge.
gauge. Yeah, and and that's okay. No judgment, no judgment there, because
Mm-mm.
if you already experienced the emotions, so it's already a result of something. So you can't really reverse it. You just have to deal with what's going on in this present moment, right? So, number one step, just notice your emotion. So and you know what? What is the really easy way to notice your emotion? Give it a name, right? So if so right now I feel like sadness, I feel like pain, I feel depressed, right? Name the emotion, and it's not And I encourage people not to say like, oh, I'm sad right now, I'm unhappy right now, I feel sadness. It's just an emotion, and emotions can be changed, right?
Exactly.
Exactly. Okay, so the next step is locate in your body. Sometimes we feel painful or unease, right? When you feel the emotion, so once notice the emotion, give it a name, and notice where in your body do you feel this emotion?
Yes.
Yes. Where do you feel it? Okay.
Usually, if
Usually, if
it's like
it's like
if it's
if it's
sadness or
sadness or
something, like you
something,
get
like you
this
get this
lump in your
lump in your
throat, you get
throat,
this
you get
catch
this
in your
catch in
throat,
your throat. Yeah.
and you just
And you
gotta
just gotta you gotta
release it,
release it,
figure out how
figure
to
out
let
how
it
to
out.
let it out. And sometimes you feel like a pit in your stomach, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Or sometimes you just feel like anxiety and you don't even know why. You don't even know.
Definitely.
Definitely. Yeah, you don't even know why. I'm not saying sometimes you just feel it in the moment and it's not necessarily attached to something that happened in your past, right? But I'm saying if you want, oh, Limo, I want better future, I want a better future. If you want a better, what you so called future, where are your thoughts right now?
Exactly.
Exactly. Right?
You,
And
don't
also,
be
don't be
afraid.
afraid.
Don't be
Don't be
afraid to do
afraid
the
to do the
introspection.
introspection. Right. And also, because we carry a lot of baggage from our past, they are really like core and really huge experiences that we have to release them. We just can't ignore them. But it's like, it's a one-time thing. I promise you, if you do it correctly and if you intentionally think about those experiences just to bring them to your awareness, just sometimes to relive them again. I'm not saying if it's really painful, you can express yourself in front of like sometimes a good friend that you trust or a profession or a coach or whatever, right? But you have to express those emotions and to express and to purge, it's the word, those experiences, right? You have to let it out, right? You have
Exactly.
exactly
Because keeping
because
it
keeping
in,
it
you're
in,
giving it
you're giving
power.
it power. Exactly. And we have to create a clean slate in this present moment. Like if you want to have a better, what's so called future, the present moment is your answer. Because we can't really create a better future with overthinking, right? With just being in our pain of past experiences, of feeling ashamed, of feeling guilt or whatever. And if you do feel guilt, so these are just, there's a saying, it comes up to come out, right? So when you feel those experiences or those emotions, it means that it's just you just have to purge it and you just have to let it all out. And by acknowledging it and by letting it all out, this is how you're going to heal all your past painful experiences and emotions and create a what you call it so-called better future, right? Because the future really doesn't exist, right? What
It's a
we
better
it's a
now.
better now. Yeah, it's just we have this perfect present moment, right? So this is really the blueprint to heal those painful experiences, right? Just notice the emotion, give it a name, like I feel sadness, I feel pain. Look at where you experience it in your body, right? And also ask yourself, what is this part of what is emotions, what is trying to tell me? And like a lot of the time, you will receive your answer with God, the universe, the higher self.
Yes.
Yes.
What do you think, Manny? I don't know if the echo thing is still continuing. Can you
Yeah,
tell
it
us?
is on
It
my
is on
end.
my end.
Yeah. Okay, but
So
you can.
I'm
So
I'm
I'm
sorry,
I'm sorry,
everybody.
everybody.
That's okay. It's all about the message. It's all
This is
about the
true.
This is
message.
true.
Okay. Okay. So one of the things also, it's not Russian healing. And you know what?
Exactly.
Exactly.
I love the analogy. Sometimes when we, I know because I don't feel like I have a cold right now. Sometimes when we don't feel really well, we just want to be healed. No, 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 no. You know, but sometimes your body is trying to tell you something. You need to slow down. It's all good, right? Everything is good. So don't rush healing, because I have a secret for you. Healing never stops. Never stops. We are always healing. It doesn't matter if you like a spiritual teacher or whatever, a guru, right? Okay, yeah.
No.
Oh,
Technical the
So
so
difficulties.
sorry, Laney
sorry,
Benny
Lanny
Annie.
Benny.
Yeah, I think it's the Mercury retrograde. Like 1 week before Mercury retrograde, everything starts to. Oh my God, but it's okay. Okay, so never don't rush healing, right? So like when you are sick, allow yourself to rest. Allow yourself. This is instead of healing, there's another word that I use, like integrating.
Yes.
Yes.
Because a lot of the time when we feel like when we get sick or whatever, even like we I'm not talking about the emotional stuff right now, okay? When we got sick, a lot of the time that this our soul or our energy is really evolved, and your body it's trying to catch up, right? This is what I believe I experience a lot of the time, that your body just trying to catch up, and you just no, 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 I want to go, but the physical body is more dense, right? So you can't really force something to be quicker, because when you do it, when you focus on time, so let's go back to the emotional work, right? If you want to release those painful experiences, so you can't really rush healing, right? You can, oh no, no. And a lot of the time, Marnie, a lot of the time you experience the same thing that you experienced in the past, and you're like, oh my God, that again? I
I
thought,
thought I
I
dealt
thought I
with that.
dealt with that.
yeah, I thought I dealt with it. Like, what's going on? What's going on? But you know what? When it comes back, a lot of the time you're not the same person, and you handle it from a different perspective, right? And you like a different person, and a lot of the time, like I'm saying, there are still leftovers, right? It comes up to come out. So we think we dealt with it, but there's another layer that, okay, now I'm not saying also that we have to be obsessed about, doing like healing work, or, facing our not so good experiences, right? Because this is also can be like, especially in the spiritual community, that's another misconception, that you need to do this healing like for a lifetime, like you need to really focus on it, and this is like you need, like, no, no, when you need to focus on it and to give it attention, you will know when. So don't overdo it, right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
So Mani, tell me about one of your experiences. Have you ever like an experience that you think you already dealt with in the past, and it keeps coming back?
Being really
Being really
reactive with
reactive with
stuff.
stuff.
Okay.
just having like an immediate like snap reaction to stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and
and
really
really
taking the
taking the
time
time
to
to
figure out
figure out
like
like
that usually
that
comes
usually
from the
comes
pit of
from the
my
pit of my
stomach, and
stomach,
it's
and it's
usually
usually
like
like
dread,
dread,
anxiety,
anxiety,
that sort of
that sort
thing,
of
and
thing, and
figuring out and
figuring out and
taking that
taking that
time
time
to
to
think
think
about
about
where that
where
came
that came
from,
from,
Mm-hmm.
try and bring
try
up
and
the
bring up the
memory, and
memory,
then
and
just
then just
recognize it
recognize
doesn't
it
have any
doesn't have any
power over
power
me
over me
in mine
in mine
now,
now,
and
Exactly.
letting
and
it go
letting it go
Exactly. Exactly. And also being present with it. You know what?
in the
I,
now.
in the now.
I said it. I said it in the past. Like now, when I experience negative emotions, or whatever you want to call it, I welcome it. Like if I feel it during the day and I'm not so paying attention and I feel this, like I feel a little off, I say, okay, okay, you haven't dealt with your emotions, so I'm just, okay, I see you. I just talk to the emotion, I just acknowledge it. And I'm telling you, it's like the emotions, like it dissipates in no time. In no time, right? Because again, it's just like it sounds cliche, but we all have this inner child, this inner part of ourselves that just need
Right?
our right attention, right? That just need
Exactly.
exactly our care and our love. And sometimes, yes, sometimes we really can't do it alone. And sometimes you have to reach out to a trusted friend, right? And you have to let it all out with someone that you trust and compassionate, that is not judgmental, right? This is a huge thing because a lot of the time we also know that a lot of people are going to judge us if we're going to be vulnerable and talk about stuff, or, oh, why are you bringing this up? It happened like 20 years ago, you know? Come on. So yeah, so so there's a lot of shame around talking about painful experiences and painful emotions from our past, right? There's a lot of shame. And there's also our society. Hi everyone, feel free to ask questions.
Hello,
Hello,
Rockstar
Rockstar
12355.
12355.
Yeah. I have the name. So this is a good synchronicity. So we feel a lot of shame around these things, and about, because there's a lot of judgment. And you know what, I'm just going to keep it to myself. So we are moving in this life, like we are carrying a bag full of stones, right, over our back. And it's so freaking heavy. It's so freaking
But the
heavy.
thing
But the
is
thing
that
is
we've been
that we've been
carrying that
carrying
for
that
so
for
long.
so long.
Like we get
Like we get
used to the
used to the
burden of
burden
it,
of it,
Exactly.
and we're
and
afraid to
we're
put it
afraid to
down
put it down
because what are we
because
going to
what are we
do?
gonna do
Once we put it
once we put
down,
it
who are
down?
we going
Who
to
are
be?
we
What
gonna
is it
be?
going to
What is it
feel
gonna
like?
feel like?
Exactly, it became one with our self identity,
Hmm.
right? We're so attached to our pain. We attach our brain attached to, it's not really pain, it's the familiar. So that's why you see people that are staying at their job that they don't really like for 20, 30, 40 years, right? Because this is what they know. And the unknown is like, it's scary. It's scary. Yeah, I
Yes, it
know. I
Yes,
is.
it
talk about it.
is.
It's scary. It's scary, to not know what's going to happen, to shift like from to other environments, to know different people. Because those, like, if you have like really, like, let's say you have haters at your job, at least you know how to deal with those haters, right? So I this is familiar for me. I don't need to go explore, right? And I heard a nice analogy. We are boats, right? But our goal, it's not to stay in the harbor. We need to shift to the ocean, right? To
Yeah.
explore the ocean and what's out there, right? But we make ourselves so small, right? No, 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 no. This is the familiar. No, no. I'm here. I don't want to go everywhere. This is really scary, right? This is really scary, and this is our, and this became, and this is how also you create painful experiences for yourself that you compromise. You think,
Exactly. Now you
you
have
think,
to think,
yeah, go ahead.
if you're that little boat in that safe harbor, and you know that boats are made for sailing and exploration, who told you to stay in the harbor? Who told you it was safer to stay in the harbor because you weren't going to be safe out on the ocean?
Right, right. These
So
are the,
somebody put their limitations on you.
exactly. These are usually the beliefs and, all the perspectives, different perspectives that we were assigned to by our parents, by society, right? You stay
Well-meaning
in the middle.
individuals
Or what?
or well-meaning individuals.
Yeah. They have a good intention, but this is the best that they know, right? So they, right, and pay attention a lot of the time that people that give you those advices, oh, you need to like stay safe, or don't rock the boat. Usually, just look at their lives.
Hmm.
This is just, this is just an observation, and I'm not judging everyone because everyone is doing the best they can with what they have. Even our parents, even if we were abused or whatever, right? This is
Yep.
just the tools that they know from their parents.
That they got from their parents, and so on and so on and so on, going back.
Yeah. So when you hold yourself small and when you compromise, this creates a lot of pain.
Exactly. Because we're meant to expand, not contract.
Exactly. Right? And they also they say it in the Bible. I think the first time,
Oh,
yeah, that we have to, I don't know if they call it expanding, but we have to go and multiply. Yeah, they
oh
say,
yeah.
yeah, but I know what I mean because, like, the universe is meant for to be multiplied,
Ex-
like a flower, like a seed, like everything grows and open, right? So
yes.
so don't hold yourself small. We talked about like how to deal with painful experiences from the past, and also it's very important now that you dealt with those painful experiences from the past, how to create like a better future. And there's a lot of awareness. Okay, where do I hold myself small? Where do I actually feel a lot of pain or even a little pain? But no, 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 that's okay. You know what? Like 50%, 60% good, that's okay. No. And unfortunately, we all do it even unconsciously, right? Because we live in this society. Oh no, and even in the news, it's a scary world out there, you know? It's a scary world
Right.
out there. Don't go explore, stay in your arms. And there is a saying that the walls that used to keep you safe became your prison.
Very poignant and very true.
Yeah, because sometimes we don't do things and we hold ourselves small and we think that, oh no, I'm not capable of doing that. I'm not going to, to make this move. I'm not going to leave my job after 30, 40 years. I'm not going to, go and find happiness for myself, right? Because it's scary. So I'm just going to, stay like where I am right now. But it's like those walls that really kept yourself and with the familiar just hold you prisoner right now.
Exactly. And you can survive there if all you want to do is survive.
Yeah. But we weren't meant to live in, how do you call it?
Such a confined space.
Yeah, and also in the survival mode. We're not meant to live in a survival mode, right? So if we talk about what we talked about in this live, because there are new people coming in, so we talked about how to release those painful experiences from our past, and I'm going to give you the one-on-one guide for it. first just notice your emotions. This is just the basics. So what is dealing with those aspects of you? I'm not going to say this word because I think that YouTube don't like me saying this word. So if you want to deal with those aspects
Inner
of your
work.
inner work, yeah, the inner work that you need to do. So just first, it, you don't need to fix anything because there's nothing is broken. So it's just about bringing the light of your awareness to those experiences. So just like do a quick review, just you have to notice your emotions, give it a name, like I feel sadness, I feel painful. Notice where do you feel it in your body, right? And then you can start like what does like emotion try to tell me? What does it try to tell me, or why am I experiencing this trigger, right? So if over and over all you do is just awareness, no fixing,
Yeah.
no hard work, awareness, and start to express those painful experiences if you feel called to, right, to face with those emotions, because this is cliche, but you need to feel it with it.
You
You know,
do.
you do. I said it so
And you're
many
strong
times. And you're
enough to
strong
do
enough
it.
to do it. Yeah, I said it so many times, and just let it go through you, because emotions are energy, right? They're just meant to flow. They're not meant to be
Yes.
stuck. Yes. Right? And when there are, when you keep them stuck, uh, in even in your psyche, inside of your body, that's where we start to get like this is right in our body. So yeah, and now after you did this inner work, you can start create like a better future by acknowledging the only time that really exists, that it's right now. So how do you change so-called what you so-called future, right? How do you create a better future? But by dealing with what you experience right now, right?
By what you
By what you
experience, like
experience, like
once you
once
start
you start
processing the
processing
old
the old
stuff
stuff, right,
that you've had
that you've
stored
had
up in your
stored up in your
body,
body,
now that
now that
anything that you
anything that you
experience
experience
that
that
makes you feel
makes you feel
uncomfortable, a very
uncomfortable, a
strong
very strong
emotion, it's
emotion, it's
anger,
anger,
it's
it's
sadness, it's
sadness,
whatever
it's
it
whatever
is,
it is,
recognize that
recognize
what
that
it
what it
is
is
that's just
that's
a
just a
reaction that you're
reaction that you're
having, and be
having, and
able
be
to
able to
just let it
just let it
pass
pass
through you.
through you.
You don't
Exactly. You
have to
don't
keep
have
it.
to keep it. And you know what? We haven't talked about it. Like a lot of people, maybe that are listening to this live, or maybe listening to the replay. That's what you call dark night of the soul, right? When you deal a lot with those aspects of yourself, they just start to come out, right? Why is it? Especially when you are going through a spiritual awakening, because you start to be more aware. So it was
Yes.
even, yes, for 20, 30, how many years, right?
A
And then a
lot.
lot. Yes. Yes, and then when you start to be more aware, you experience you doing this like a spiritual awakening. This is what you call the dark night of the soul, when all the stuff, right? All the stuff comes out, and you're like, oh, what the, what's going on here? Like, I like my life, like I had everything was okay up until now, right? My life was good. Like now, friends are leaving me, and I'm starting to notice all this, all this trauma that I experienced from my past. Why it all comes up right now? What's going on? You just, you feel like you're really like alone in this world, right? So this is part of doing this work, and especially when you experience, I think we had a live about the dark night of the soul, especially when you are experiencing the dark night of the soul. The universe also isolate you, right? So you can do this inner work, because they don't want you to have a lot of distractions, right? Because this is really shedding the light of your awareness, right? Because you have No, you have no choice. You have to deal with it, right?
You do
So,
need to
mommy,
deal with it.
what do you have to add?
It's going to feel really counterintuitive to do first, and it's meant to be uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
But once you get through with doing even one little part of it, you prove to yourself that you can do this.
Yeah,
And you're still yourself, even though you've released that bit of trauma. You've shone the light on it and gotten rid of it.
exactly. The way I see it, it was always you're always yourself. It's like an onion, right? At the core, this is this is who you are.
It's still the
And
onion.
there's a lot of layers that added onto you in this lifetime. So now you instead of learning more, you have to unlearn, to peel off those layers and to get
Exactly.
to the core of who you truly are and you always were, this like amazing light being that is like
Exactly.
perfect. And you know what? I had a comment. I just one more thing. I had a comment like in one of my videos that I talked about self acceptance, and someone told me, you know what? But we do need to improve ourselves, of course. And also, there is a difference between self acceptance and self improvement. Because when you try to quote unquote improve yourself, right, from a place of unworthiness or from a place of I'm not enough, that's a different vibe from if you are just, I'm all and complete from creation, right? Because I'm here, I'm worthy, and now how can I be the better version of myself? This is like completely different. So when I'm saying, oh, you are perfect, you're whole and complete, I'm not saying that it's not it's not going to be good for us to do the inner work and to be the best version of ourselves, but we just need to do it from a place of wholeness instead of a place of unworthiness or something is wrong with me. So I just wanted to talk about this point because it's really important.
That's a good point.
So final words,
So,
Ronnie?
I like how you pointed out no rushing your healing.
Yes.
You're on nobody's timeline but your own.
Yes, and timing is not of your business, none of your business. Timing is not your business, right? That's the universe business, and you are exactly where you are supposed to be. I know
Yes.
it sounds cliche, but if you hear this message right now, maybe you're meant to hear this message, right? So
It'll
this
always
is
find the right people at the right time.
exactly, you're exactly where you're meant to be. You have a different path, a different journey. Don't compare yourself. Oh, he got all these things, and what about me? Right? The universe, have you forgotten about me? No, no, the universe didn't forget about you. Right? And we made a love about it. The universe didn't forget you. Right? You're exactly where you are meant to be. And you're also one thing to remember, your past doesn't equal your future.
This is true. Very,
There's
very true. And that's been proven over and over again.
Yeah, the present moment is a clean slate. Like every moment is a clean slate, even according to quantum physics, is a clean slate, clean slate. So one question that I want to ask you, what are you projecting right now? This is a good question to ask yourself. What am I projecting right now? How do I feel right now? That's it. That's enough for your awareness to do all the work for you. You don't even need to do anything. Yes, so thank you for watching this live, or if you're watching the replay, I hope you enjoy it. And I'm sorry for like a technical problems. It's I think that Mercury retrograde is in the horizon, right? So thank you for watching. So if you have questions, feel free to write comments in the comment section. And this is really important. So if you just joining right now, you can watch the replay how to release those painful experiences. So I'm sending you so much love.
Back
So
up your
much
hand.
love.
Back it up. Back it up.
Back it up.
There we
There
go.
we go.
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Thank you,
Thank you,
everybody.
everybody. Thank you, everyone. Love you.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye bye.